All right, so I was just watching this video of this white lady named Ann. She was some kind of actor or something. She got in a car crash, and they she they put her on a stretcher and in a body bag. She broke free of the body bag and tried to get off the stretcher and tried to unstrap herself. And they hurry up and pushed her in the paramedic truck. And come to find out, they said later the lady was pronounced dead. I don't know if that's true or not because I'm still researching that. But I do want to say this. Now, remember, I in my last video, I was talking about how I don't trust black people, but I mean white people, but I don't trust our black people as well, because they may be demonly possessed by the whites, or paid by the whites, or whatever, however that go. But I still love my own black people because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I do. Uh, Sympathize with them, and I do care for them. Like if something happens, I can relate. You feel me? Like it's I'm not an evil person. My family, how I was raised, we're not we're not evil people. But there's some people who don't give a fuck when something happens to a race. I mean, the shit that you hear that happens to them. So I can't say I don't care because I'll be lying. I care about everybody, all races. That's just who I am. You know, Hispanics, blacks, I care about them all. You feel me? But my main focus, since I'm American, born in the United States of America, dealing as an adult, going through my adult years, and for the last 20 years, I would like to say maybe 22 years, um, I I don't trust white people. Like I said, I don't have any feelings towards them or nothing like that. I just don't like to be around them. I never really liked to be around them because they I don't know. It's weird. I just I'd rather not be around them. But like I was saying, America's flooded with them, so you have no choice but to be around them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I make the best out of the situation that I'm in. But and also I'd like to say, so I do sympathize and I do care for him. Like if something happened to him and shit like that, uh, yeah, I mean, I'm like, damn, it's fucked up. If something happened to their kids or something like that, I'm a human. I have feelings, you know what I'm saying? So I do care. I do sympathize. But do I trust them? No. Do I just want to be around them? No, I don't, because they just but if I had no choice, then yeah, I won't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just try my best to stay away from them. I don't want to sit around and talk with them about nothing. I don't want them to conversate with nothing. Just nothing. But what I find though is white women are different. So this don't go too much towards the white women, because they're more, they can be evil. Don't get me wrong, if they're being coached by an evil white male or whatever, or somebody who was trained by a white male that taught the white woman how to be evil. But I'm saying naturally, without all that, white women are more like angels. They're more different. So um, what I'm saying is more towards white males. I don't. I wouldn't, but if I had no choice, I'd have to be around them, right? So, but do I care about them? Yeah, at the end of the day, if something happened to them, I'm gonna be like, damn, yo, that's fucked up. I'm a human. So, yeah, I would care. But white women, they all right, but I'd rather not be around nobody white. You know what I'm saying? If, it's good to acknowledge them when you see them and stuff and speak to them every once in a while. But most of them are cool as shit, if you ask me. But but it's just, it's weird. But the white lady was trying to break free, yo, and they still put her ass in the ambulance. And they said she was found, she was pronounced dead. So, you got the killers on camera right there. Our country is going, crazy as hell. Uh, but I say all that to say this, it's going to come to a point in time to where we it's getting too dangerous to do anything, even to sleep in your own home. If you're the type of a person that has a lot of people living in your home, it'll be wise not to sleep around them, or lock yourself and get a deadbolt lock for your door and lock it so you could sleep at night with the one you trust, because you don't want nobody over you at night and inject you with a needle or some shit. One of your kids wake up sick, you don't know what happened because everybody been sleeping, but your homeboy got a homeboy or somebody over there who might be working with the enemy, and when all y'all go to sleep, they call him out of the house. Hey, come here. give him something and he take that shit and stick you with it or something. So you just got to be careful. It's going to go to a point where people thought I was crazy when I used to sleep in the bathroom. I used to go in the bathroom, lock myself up, and sleep. You know what I'm saying? So if they open the door had to hit me in the head to wake me up. I'm going to get up, though. You feel me? So it's crazy. I wouldn't trust, even when they locked me up in jail about, 20 years ago or 19 years ago, when I had a warrant and I did some time, maybe like 4 months in the county. I was sleeping under my bed. I used to take my blankets and shit, put it and sleep under the bed because I ain't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? They got a nigga one time with a needle in there, and that was it. That was all she wrote. Once they poked me with that needle in my sleep that first time, I treated everybody like they was out to get me. Yeah, I was watching everybody. And the needles is the wave nowadays. They'll inject you with some shit and tell you got some shit years later, bro. You feel me? But they've been, they want you to forget about that time they poked you. And that's what this shit is about, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't like when I went to Tanzania and they poked me. You know what I'm saying? Gave me that shot. Come on, bro. Y'all supposed to be Africans. You supposed to know. Why are you accepting these people medicine who don't like you, fool? And you listen and play their little dumbass games and then injecting people with this shit. You don't need injections, man. Don't you know that by now? So, but I don't have any power. I don't run anything. So, it's crazy though. This shit is really crazy, bro. It's really crazy. It's gonna come to a point of time. My advice is, if you get drunk, you smoke weed, whatever, do that shit in your house around people you trust, and always keep a deadbolt lock. A deadbolt lock to where both sides, you need a key for both sides. Those are the best ones, because at the end of the day, you can lock your door. If you got a girlfriend, she with you, your little bae, lock the door, whatever, boom. Put the key in your pocket and both of y'all sleep. So both of y'all good and protected. Then both of y'all wake up in the morning and you let her know, hey, babe, look, if you wake up, you know what I'm saying, while before me and I'm still asleep, you know what I'm saying, pee in this little jug right here. I got this for you. You know what I'm saying? Pee in this little bowl right here. You good. You feel me? Or wake me up so I can be up when you get up. Don't leave me in here sleep. That's what I told my homie when we was kicking it with in Hong Kong. I forgot to finish that story, but he was like a brother to me, dog. He made Hong Kong so much fucking better, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It was the shit until the enemies found out I was over there and start paying and talking and telling and people running their mouth and shit like that. But anyway, and so it made them turn against me. But anyway, I told my little homie, I said, listen, I found us a cut to sleep in. You know what I'm saying? We out there, at this time, we had done spent a lot of money and we trying to save money, right? So we decided not to get the hotel for that night because we was going to wait, because we had something already lined up where we can make more money and then we can bounce back to it. But if we got the hotel that night, we wouldn't be able to do what we did after that, right? So we made a decision to sleep outside. I told him, I said, listen, if you wake up before me, bro, wake me up. Don't leave me sleeping here. He said, all right. We fell asleep. I wake up, this motherfucker gone. Like, what the fuck? So I walk all the way down the street, this motherfucker at the bus stop. Sitting at the bus stop like he was waiting on the bus. I walk up to him like, damn, bro, what the fuck, bro? I asked you, you know what I'm saying? You left me sleep, my nigga. Somebody could have did something. But that's before I found out how safe Hong Kong really was at that time. I don't know about now because, they talking with other countries and shit, and, they making deals. And some of the countries don't like us, and even they don't like us, so they might make the streets more dangerous. I don't know, but at that time, I didn't know how safe it was in Hong Kong, bro. It was so fucking safe. You got to worry about nothing, fool. I'm telling you. But I didn't know that. See, I'm coming there with an American mind. It's my first time there. I'm thinking, I'm from America, bro. Shit go down here. You see how it go. You know what I'm saying? We know what's up. So I'm thinking the same thing gonna be like that in Hong Kong, which I ain't nowhere near that. It could be like that now. Maybe the Americans could be paying them. I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe not. But I'm just saying. That's how I was thinking because I'm from America. So I brought my thinking with me. And then I realized it was really safe. I ain't have to worry about that. But I was mad at him, bro. For real, I was mad. I was really mad at him. I was like, "The fuck wrong with this dumb motherfucker?" I just told him, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's how you see a nigga. And he kept that same energy though the whole time. He never trusted me though. But we were like brothers. And I trusted him, but not all the way. And y'all know I got serious trust issues. Nigga, I've been hanging around Pat for 8 years. I still don't trust this motherfucker for nothing. I'm just telling you, you feel me? I have to watch him though, you feel me? So I can't say I don't trust him completely because I guess I do if I'm around him every day, you feel me? But I just watch him though. But my little homie in Hong Kong, who was like my brother, I ain't never watched him like that. There were certain times, yeah, but once you can get around somebody and you get a good feeling for him. So I had a good feeling for him. I thought he was okay. You know what I'm saying? He was all right. Yeah, he was a military soldier and all that, but that was then. He was a civilian now. And that was when he was in his other country. You feel me? Before we even met in Hong Kong. But he was cool as fuck. I felt his energy. I mean, he was like a little brother to me, you know what I'm saying? We kicked it really cool. But he ain't never trust me. He kept that same energy. For some reason. Maybe because I was American, he thought that, the same thing like what I was telling y'all with Hong Kong with the rats situation. When I was there the first time with my homie, I ain't seen no fucking rats like that. Never. I ain't never seen that one. We seen traps and shit, yeah, set up all over like they were catching them or some shit. For the traps are not designed to hurt them. It's only designed to catch them. I don't know what they're going to do when they catch him, but that's what it was. But the second time when I went there, man, that shit was rat city, bro. And I was telling y'all, I felt like that's Hong Kong way of telling their people that America's full of rats. Everybody's a rat. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what. And I was like, but I ain't no fucking rat. You got to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I don't work for none of y'all. Nobody. Shit. Nigga, Hong Kong, everybody know.
Take a nap for about an hour.
What you telling me for? Go take your nap. Go take your nap. You good? You heard me? I said, yeah, go take your nap. You good? Yeah. Your phone's ringing and... It's probably a Michigan number. You don't answer Michigan calls anyway. Yeah, you don't never answer Michigan phone. You're running from Michigan right now.
Oh.
Oh. He answered.
Oh. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So y'all, I mean, so.
Yeah, now I've already got that taken care of. Thank you.
And but yeah, so I mean I forgot what I was talking about just that quick again. But I mean, yeah. So I mean, kind of get the drift. Wake up and go to sleep. Hey, wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. But yeah, so I mean, it's getting crazy. But so I was thinking in my mind, you feel me? I'm not no fucking rat. I don't give a fuck what you say. But I mean, it was rats. I'm serious, all over the place. But and that's a perfect example. Somebody could have came up on me and stuck me with a needle. But little bit did I know at that time, Hong Kong was a damn good safe place. I mean, it was safe. I can't speak about it now, you feel me? Because the money, they could be accepting the money to make their streets dangerous. Never know. But I mean, at that time, but I was pissed off though. He left me there asleep, bro. I woke up this, he all the way at the motherfucking bus stop and shit, just sitting down. I'm like, what the fuck? I went looking and see him. Finally, maybe 2, 3. It wasn't that far from where we was though. It was the equivalent of 2 or 3 blocks But in Hong Kong, sometimes the blocks can be back to back. You feel me? Sometimes. So at that point, the block was like back to back. Excuse me, y'all. It was like maybe not even the length of a football. Maybe the length of a football. No, not even the length of a football field. The distance of where he left me at, but he still left me. You feel me? I had to walk 2 or 3 blocks, and he was at the fucking damn bus stop. I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, bro, what happened, man? I told you. Like, he started laughing and shit and saying, I forgot what he said, but I was hot. But I was really mad. Like, bro, how the fuck you feel if I leave your ass sleep outside? You know what I'm saying? But then once I saw that he didn't really trust me, then I ain't never really trust his ass back. I kept that same energy, but I still loved him like a little brother. But he don't know how much love I have for him. You know what I'm saying? As being with me out there, I really looked at him like a brother, from another mother. I really had his back. I was there for him. I was, but I could tell he didn't like me or trust me as much as I liked him, and I entrusted him somewhat. But like, I ain't gonna say somewhat. I'm gonna say, let's say, on a scale from 75, from 1 to 100, I trusted him like 75%, like for real. But I've always, the 25% I use to scan what ifs. I use for the what ifs. He could be working, he could be this, he could be that, he could be that, and then scanning, watching his every move and seeing how it paneled out. And it appears that he was working for the Hong Kong government. I'm not sure, because he was doing the same signs and signals that Americans do to the American government in this country when I'm chilling with him. And the same shit Pat be doing. They got certain ways to communicate with outside forces. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I'm here with Pat, right? What Pat'll do, he leave these lights on all night, and if I'm in the kitchen, he come in and cut the light on, basically telling them where I'm at in his house at all times. And the light they can see me walk in and out of the room because of the light. You know what I'm saying? It would let me know he watching me. He really watching me like a hawk. You feel me? I watch him back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it's like that. So I'm quite sure he was probably with the Hong Kong government, which probably explains why he didn't trust me. And at some point in time, they did some kind of signal, what I caught on to, that I thought they was asking him, do he trust me? And he said, nah. And I knew he didn't trust me. I knew it, but he's stupid as fuck. He's stupid. He should have. What? But he's stupid because bitch, I don't work for nobody. That's the truth. They they usually kill people who don't want to work for them, or who that's what it is. But so that's probably why he thought that I was working, because in his mind, ain't no way America gonna have niggas walking around the streets of America who don't work for them, and who they not, who could afford to travel at that time. You feel me? How in the fuck this nigga from America? We know what's going down in America. We know it's flooded with rats. We know who's out. We know what they doing, what their missions are. So how the fuck he's not dead and he's traveling around the world free like that? So he got to be somebody, and I understand why he didn't trust me. But shit, he. Catch y'all in the next video. Hold on. Stay safe. Peace out.